Are you thinking to moving to Greenville, North Carolina, but you only have seen the listing price online, not seeing whole picture what is buying a home look like in Greenville, North Carolina?
Now, and there's many reasons people say so-called not to move, and it's even on some of those like big websites that you're scrolling these to find these homes on, and people warn you about these things, and I see them in my comment section all the time. Oh, the market, the flood map, the heat, and what are these really hiding behind here? So we're really going to talk about the honest truth about what these so-called downsides are in Greenville, North Carolina, from people who live here and as real estate agents. And we talk about these reasons all the time because people bring it to us, and nobody ever comes back once we see the truth. So let's talk about that.
And we are Alan Victoria Pinder, real estate agent, local in Greenville, North Carolina. That's what we're going to give you all of those hidden facts that you need to know. And we are giving you today a real picture and the real estate most relocation video that they skip, and the upside in every single one of them. And that's what we are here
today. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what homes actually cost here and how the market moves. Then we're going to talk about the flood zones that you see on those aggregator websites. Plus we'll talk about the weather, and then the small places, and basically what everybody's talking about, the weather. So especially now that it's super hot. But let's start with real estate, because that's our speciality. That's what we talk about every single day. So let's talk about it. Greenville is not a sleepy bargain town that's in the backwoods that nobody really sees anymore. So as we're filming this,
As we're filming this video for you today, the median list price sits right around $297,000, and the median home sells in the 39 days in our area. What else you can add to this?
And there's about 210 active listings at the filming of this video, and that's a lot, and that's pretty fast, which means you can actually browse all of it, and it's going to be low, and and you can find your way in. But let's not talk about, this is not a town that people, or this market is holding its value. People are not rushing out of here at all. In fact, people are staying and they're coming to here, and that's going to help you protect your real estate investment. Now, as local real estate agents, we know that speed works for you, not against you, as long as you have followed all the steps and you're ready to go. Exactly. Now,
and people say the new construction is too competitive. About 21% of the market right now in Greenville, North Carolina is brand new, and the best community sells out fast. And that's the truth about the area.
Now, what about the market of the 1/5 of brand new homes? That means that there's an abundance of move-in ready homes, and basically, if you really do want those new homes, we talk to every builder around here all the time. We know what buildings, which communities are having what, and we help you get in to find the home. And if you want to build from the ground up, we can look at their inventory home, which means the homes that they've already are building in the middle, and then you can actually kind of decide that. So we actually look at these things all the time. We know all the builders pretty much that I can think of. But the downside is what?
The downside that we wanted to talk and is embarrassment of the new home breaches is now the flood question. Because if you Google Greenville, North Carolina,
or you see on Realtor or Zillow,
Realtor.com or Zillow, and if you Google Greenville, NC or North Carolina flood risk, you will get a scary citywide scores from aggregator websites, and most of them, they are actually misleading for you.
They're talking about 50 years in the future, this possibility might happen. But what we have on our website right now that I gathered is FEMA's own data. And I can put the link in the description if you want. But there's only about 10% of Pitt County that's in that special flood zone. Most of that is going to be hugging the Tar River and the Continia River in Grifton. About 90% of the county is absolutely, 90% of the city is not in a flood zone at all, and that is something people tend to forget. We always look at this information, we give it to people, but we have this huge upside because, yeah, you saw something that happened, but that was not everywhere. That was in a very specific area.
Exactly. Basically, on upside, we wanted to talk about the vast majority of the homes are high and dry, and because we pull, as we said, my wife, the website of the government, which is about the flood, the FEMA map, an exact address before even you ever make an offer on that homes. And the flood question becomes a solved problem because at this point you have a clear idea what does this look like. And most of the home buyers that we work with they never deal with it at all. It only bites the people who skip that steps and you won't.
Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is people like me. I'm a northern transplant. I'm a halfback, right? I went to Florida and half-backed it here, and it is still very hot and humid. And if you are not used to hot and humid, well, then we have to talk about North Carolina here, because that's fair. Our summers are hot. They are long. They are humid. It goes from June to August and really kind of into November. In Eastern North Carolina, we have our share of tropical weather in the late summer as well. And most people here, though, are happy about this because the winters are mild. And we do have 4 seasons, but the seasons are the warmth is longer than the cold, and you're trading 90 minutes to the beach if you actually want to enjoy the beach, which is lovely.
And a lot of folks actually moving from the cold northern part of the United States, and they tell me about that the hot August beats a frozen January every single time, and they're happy about it. And the last one, what is it about?
The last complaint, people say, oh, Greenville is a college town. That is not a knock, really. Yes, Greenville is anchored by Eastern Carolina University. And of course, we have the ECU Hospital, which is huge. But it's also concentrated into a specific section of town. If you're not looking to live in the college life, you do not have to live in the college life at all. But basically, there are corridors around Stantonsburg, Memorial, Greenville Boulevard that do get busy as a result of all of the movement, and around 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. when the hospital shifts, this can be a little
changes, basically.
Trafficy.
Exactly. But the upside is the entire reason people love it here is basically a friendlier city, a lower stress, more neighborly pace. With ECU bring a real energy like a college, sports, arts, events that we talk about, a lot of videos, cost of living, which is one of the plus of the area in Greenville, North Carolina that nobody can touch.
So basically, as I told you, all these reasons not to move has a genuine upside. And let's go talk about a little bit more, because if you are on the fence, you need to know a couple more things. Now, one of the things is value, especially in real estate. The median, as my husband told you, is $297,000. But compare that to Raleigh, compare that to Charlotte. That kind of money is going to buy you dramatically more home. For what you can buy in Raleigh is a townhome compared to what you're buying a custom-built home here on an acre maybe. So maybe you don't need the whole acre, maybe you're happy with half an acre, and now you're even better because those prices are not comparable. And basically the overall cost of living is about 10% lower than the national average, with housing being the biggest driver.
Exactly. And people relocating from a pricier market are genuinely shocked how much house their budget actually can cover in Greenville, North Carolina. And that's not a small thing. That's a life-changing room in a monthly budget when you are doing your budgeting every month.
The second thing we're going to talk about for Greenville is that jobs are pretty stable, and so, which means the housing market stays stable. Greenville is anchored by ECU Health, one of the largest medical systems in Carolina, with thousands of jobs. And the university is growing, the hospital is growing, and so is also surrounding us by the manufacturing is growing, life science space is growing, pharmaceuticals are growing. A lot of the companies around here are moving in, and it's a stable growing economy, means that you can buy a home that's holding its real value and it's going to resell well, because this is a place where people are coming for their works and their opportunity.
Exactly. And basically, you are about 90 minutes from Raleigh, North Carolina, and if you wanted to go to the coast, to the beach, as my wife said, 60 to 90 minutes to coast and beach too. And this is really easy. You can have access to beach and the mountain at the same time in the different directions.
Now, one of the most things people say once they moved here from wherever they are, Boston, New York, Southern hospitality is actually a real thing. Neighbors say hello to each other. It's a warm community around here, and it's really unfamiliar to someone who lived in a place where nobody smiled and nobody talked to you.
Including Miami that we were.
So honestly, it's a lovely feeling. So if you're looking for reasons not to move, we did talk about it a little bit, but basically I feel it's a stronger place to talk to us about Greenville because we really do love it here. Yeah, we have a lot of new construction. We have a lot of value. The flood question is the biggest one, right, that people get wrong because all the aggregators are giving you what might happen in the future, and who knows what might happen in the future. You don't. Nobody does.
Exactly. Therefore, do you want to add anything?
Basically, if you're looking for places for your money to go further, you're looking for a place that is pretty stable, and you don't necessarily you want to be close to the city, but not be right in the city in the triangle. I would say Greenville is one of the best real estate choices that you can actually make on the East Coast, the only major city that grew despite not being on a highway.
And we are basically wanted to make sure that if you're waiting this move and you want someone to give you the whole truth, upside and trades off, that's exactly what we do. We are real estate agent Alan Victoria Pinder in Greenville and Winterville, North Carolina, and in Pulpit County, North Carolina. And we are here to help you to make sure this journey becomes less and less